Good morning, welcome back to my channel, So Sweet Samuel. Today is the 20th of October 2022 and you're joining me here on a very wet and dull October morning. My name's Lindsay and this is episode 14, I can't believe it. I'd like to say thank you very much to all those people that are coming back to have a chat and a catch up, crafty chat. And thank you so much to all my new subscribers. I've got a lot more subscribers over the last few weeks, so that's really lovely. It's lovely to think people actually want to come and spend a little bit of time with me, so that's really nice of you. Back slightly quicker than normal. You have to bear with me today. I've just coming out the other side of a migraine this morning. I get flashing lights and disturbed vision, so just coming out the other side of that now. So anyway, so yeah, thank you. So thank you for joining me today. It's really nice to be able to have a chat with you all. Welcome to all my new subscribers as well. It's lovely. So thank you very much. Just thought I've got something else to show you, which is behind me. Okay, so I've got a few finished objects to show you. So let me just grab this all over here. So next week I'm going away with a group of friends. We go away every October half term. We go on a scrapbooking retreat and we always have a charity raffle at the retreat. And this year we're trying to raise money for a hospice that is helping one of our lovely ladies. So I've knitted another queen. She's slightly bigger, this one. Knitted her in purple. And the only thing I need to add to her is a little gem, like a button here, and maybe a little button on her hat, but she's lovely. This is all just knit in, well, not the white or the cream, but the purple, the grey, the purple and the grey is knit in Hobbycraft wool. We've just had a Hobbycraft open up in Southend. It opened up in August, but the first time I managed to go was a couple of weeks ago, and I actually went twice in the same week because I thought you only needed 50 grams for the colour of the queen, but you actually need 75 grams. So I had to go back, and Samuel came back with me. So that one ball of wool ended up costing quite a bit more, but they had some really pretty buttons there as well, so like diamante buttons. So I'm just going to sew some of those on. So I'm hoping to sort of raffle her off. I'm going to do a grid with numbers in and get people to pick a number and pay £2 per number, and then I'll do a random number generator, and whichever number comes up wins the queen. And the lovely Louise, who is a new subscriber to my channel, she's asked me if I would knit her a queen as well, and I said I will, that's not a problem. And she wants her in lilac, I think, as well. So this is probably a bit too dark for you, I would think, Louise, so I will try and find a lighter lilac and knit her for you, but be a few weeks time if that's okay with you. Okay, so she's lovely, isn't she? So just sit her there and have a bit of my tea. I bought myself a new mug a couple of weeks ago. It's from Namescribe and it was really reasonable. I think it was about £6.50, and it says Lindsay's Autumn Vibes, and it's got all autumny pictures on, and it's pink inside. I'm drinking my favourite tea, which is a Twinings tea, and you can only get it online. And it's called buttermint tea, and the only way I can describe it, it tastes like Werther's Original, you know, the toffees and the sucky sweets. That's what it tastes like. It's very, well, it's not really minty, but it's just really nice. So I'd run out, so I bought myself another 10 boxes. There's only 20 tea bags in a box, so I treated myself to 10 boxes of tea. But I really like that tea. Okay, next that's finished, apart from sewing in the ends, is the baby blanket. Just stand up and hold this up for you. I've got a feeling this was a free pattern off of Ravelry, and I want to say it's the Jordan blanket, but I don't know if that's correct now. I started this when we were on holiday in August, and it's a very simple pattern, and I was really enjoying knitting it. And then I think I was working on it in the car coming back from the dancing competition, because it was one of those things, you know, pick up, put down, pick up, put down, and so on. And I think I was working on it in the car coming home, and I was doing it on circular needles. Excuse me. And they're not interchangeable needles, but the needle tip came off the cord and dropped loads of stitches. So I managed to pick them up, attach the needle back, and then it did it again a couple of days later. And I think by the third time I was like, right, I can't do this. And I'm trying to be good and mindful of what I'm buying at the moment. So I just changed it onto straight needles. And then I just found it really hard to knit on. It just felt heavy knitting on straight needles. And I was getting really bored with it as well, because I was just finding it heavy to knit on. So, I've got a hair across my face. I hadn't worked on it for ages, and I wanted to start a baby jumper, and I thought, no, I've got to finish this. So last Friday in our knit group Zoom chat, I decided, right, I'm going to just finish this. So I worked on it Friday night and Saturday during Strictly, and then Sunday I finished it off. So all I've got to do now is just weave in the ends. So this took, there's different sizes, so you've got a prem right up to like a pram blanket, and then two other sizes in between, I think, but I went for the biggest one. So it's sort of pram, car seat, Moses basket size, lap size. When I actually still use one of Samuel's blankets in the conservatory if it's chilly in the morning, or if Milo's gone out and got wet and then come to jump on me, I've got this little blanket and I just throw it across my lap, and that sort of protects what I'm wearing. So even now, 10 years on, I'm still using some of Samuel's blankets. So I really like that. So I've got a feeling it's called the Jordan blanket, but I'm not sure. But if anybody wants to know, just let me know in the messages, and I will, in the comments, and I will find out and let you know. But it was a free pattern on Ravelry, and it's I think it took 2.5 balls, so probably about 500 grams of double knit, and it's got a little sparkle in it. So yeah, really pleased with that. So that's that one. Oops, just ticking things off. Now the next one is a finished object, and I'm super proud of this. I love this, and I know I'm going to be making more. So I think I showed you this pattern last time. It's the hot water bottle, Hexie hot water bottle cover by Jules Hill from So Sweet Violet. It is a paid for pattern. You have options, although now I'm not sure what she has left in her shop. So I just bought the pattern as a, you know, through the post pattern. I think she was doing a PDF, and then she was doing complete kits with the pattern, the hexes, all the fabric, everything you needed. But last time I looked on her website, I don't think she's got those in stock. I'm not even sure she's got the colour pattern in last time I looked. But it was lovely. I don't want to show you too much, obviously, because it is all paid for. But all the way through, it's sort of colour pictures with clear instructions. Every step is explained to you. And here is my hot water bottle cover. I made a mistake and I quilted it at 1-inch squares, and I think it should have been 2-inch squares quilting, but I don't mind, it's fine. So it's all sort of Kath Kidson, more Laura Ashley fabric on the front, which I brought some squares off of Etsy ages ago, and then I just cut them all up by hand and then sewed them all together, and then the back is just a piece of plain material. So this is for my mum for Christmas, and it's lined inside and it's got batting inside as well to protect you. But this material I know my mum gave me, so I thought, oh, it's quite nice, I'm sort of giving that back to her. But I absolutely loved it. I loved doing all the hand sewing. So all the hexes are all hand sewn. I love doing that. That was just really, I think they call it slow stitching, don't they? It was just really nice to sit there and do that. Sorry, I think I'm getting a bit of a chest infection. There was quite a lot of waste, so you sew all your hexes together, and then you cut out the template, put the template on top of your hexes once it's all been quilted, and then cut out the shape. So there was quite a lot of waste off of this, because I think this top row on the bottom was 5 across. So, but it's fine. I really enjoy doing it, so I definitely will be doing more of those. So that's my hot water bottle cover. Sorry, my next things, they're not quite finished, but they will be. So I have Mandy Shaw's block of the month, and this was June. It's actually this isn't finished at all, but it's How Does Your Garden Grow? So the Secret Society this year is nursery rhymes and the history behind them. So that one isn't finished actually, so I put that away. The next two were little presents in the Mandy Shaw advent calendar last year. I've had her advent calendar for 2 years. I'm not having it this year. I've got so many yarn advent calendars, I can't really afford it. So this is one I just did. So it's a little Christmas cake, and that's going to become a little hanging to go on on the Christmas tree. So that won't take long to finish, but I just wanted to show you the stitching. It's really pretty. I think this one gave, oh no, oh dear me, no, this won't become a hanging. I'm telling Porky Pies. This will become a little cushion. Sorry. So it's just a little snowman popping out of a Christmas cake. So that one's nearly finished. Sorry, that was in the wrong little bag. So that's nearly finished. That won't take long to finish off. The next one will be a little Christmas tree hanging, and I have done, you had an option on this one, so I have done a little Christmas pudding, but you did also have the option of a little stocking with a bear in. So I think I've got the iron on for that, but I haven't got the fabric provided, but I've got plenty of red thread. So that's the cushion, a little hanging. I'm thinking now, looking at that, might be quite nice to put some little tiny red buttons where the berries would be, wouldn't it? So I might do that. So they are not officially finished objects, but near enough. Next up is again not a fully finished object, but I have one of my Hermione everyday socks. Really love this pattern. Very simple to knit. So the pattern is on the leg, front and back, and then across the top of the foot, and then just a plain bottom, and then a decrease for your toe. Doesn't fit on this sock blocker very well, don't know why. And this is just knit in, I've literally just thrown the little ticket away, Regia, and it's got the long name as well, hasn't it? And it's just in like a purple, and there's a slight, don't know, there's a slight sparkle in it as well. So I finished this one yesterday. I had to take my mum to the hospital, so I finished the toe yesterday while I was waiting for my mum, and then I've just cast on the next one as well while I was waiting for my mum. So really pleased with that. Okay. Ooh. Works in progress. So actually they should have been in works in progress, shouldn't they? I have made a little bit of progress on my pink cardigan. Oh, do you know, I've just found something that I could have saved myself some money with in a minute. Oh, that's so frustrating, isn't it, when that happens? Oh well, never mind. It's not the end of the world, is it? So I have now got, oh, hold on. I've lost one of my little stoppers. I don't like to lose my stoppers. I have now got the sleeves attached to my cardigan. It still looks ridiculously short, obviously, but the sleeves are now attached, and I think I've got some short rows to do. Now, was it about 12 short rows to do, and then I start the pattern. So again, a bit like the blanket, if I put my mind to it, I could get that finished. I've said to you before, I love the yarn. It's the Stylecraft Recreate, and I absolutely love this yarn, and I've loved knitting with it. I've just found the construction of this bottom up weird, but it's the finish line is in sight, isn't it, as they say. So that's done. And then I've just started knitting the anchor sweater, but I've got nothing really to show you because I started it on that stupid pair of knitting needles that kept coming apart that I was doing my baby blanket on. I started it on that, and I'd done all the rib pattern at the neck, and my needle came apart, my non-interchangeable needles, and I managed to rescue it and pick it all up, and but I must have dropped stitches, so as I was carrying on the pattern wasn't true, and then I got it onto another pair. I found a really small pair of 4mm needles, which it did all fit onto, because obviously this is first size baby jumper, but I was really struggling to move it on the needles. So I ordered a new pair of needles yesterday. No, I didn't. I ordered a new pair of needles on Tuesday, which came yesterday. And then as I've just got this jumper out of the bag, I've just found a pair of 4mm needles, so I'm going to put that in my needle box in a minute, so I don't need to buy another pair. Right, I've nearly finished my tea. So I've got a couple of things I want to finish, some socks and things, and then I can carry on my anchors, but they can sort of be done together, can't they? Socks and a first size baby jumper. They're both little, they're portable. Okay, now I have started doing some amigurumi, and oh, it's over there, don't need it, do I? I've started doing some amigurumi, and I showed you my strawberry last time from the Rumi fruit and vegetable book. Actually, I will get the book, wait there a minute. Sorry. So I had, oh, it's not on the front cover. I had a go, and I showed you the strawberry. Okay, which ended up being ginormous. And there was no examples in the shop, and I kept looking through this book for measurements, couldn't find any measurements. I have now found them. But I haven't finished the strawberry because it just seemed so big, and I had to finish it in plain yarn, and I just got a bit disheartened with it. And I said to you before, the reason I brought this book is because Samuel has fallen in love with these peas in a pod. He's absolutely desperate for me to crochet these peas in the pod. So this is the new Amigurumi book, Fresh Friends. And the characters are all quite big. I'm now following Rumi on Instagram, and the characters are all quite big. And I have now found the measurements in the book. But I really want to be able to crochet these peas nicely. I mean, he was talking about them again last night, and he said, I don't care, I just really want the peas, I don't care. But I said, I want to be able to do you justice and make them nice. So I had to go at the lemon. And mine doesn't quite look like this one because, again, I was on the verge of running out of yarn. There's my lemon. I've just got to do her mouth and some little eyelashes. And obviously I haven't got the top bit correct because I've run out again. So my tension is definitely tighter on this one. I can see that already. I've got a better fabric here. It's definitely tighter. This was done on a 3mm hook. I got a bit looser at the top, but I think that's where it was stuffed. I was then struggling. So I did think I might try to go down to a 2.5 hook. So I've started something else last night. There's no point showing it to you because there's very little done. But I couldn't manage it on the 2.5mm hook. So I've gone back to doing it on the 3, and I'm just really trying to be tight with it. But I can't crochet for long. I had carpal tunnel surgery done last year, and I get quite a bit of pain in my hand when I'm crocheting. But she's meant to be, I think she's meant to be 24 centimetres, and I think she's about that. Yeah, 24 centimetres, and she's about that. So I think it's practice, isn't it? So, and the peas are done in the spin yarn again, so I don't want to waste the yarn. And mess the peas up. I know Jeanette from Crafty I can't say her name. Crafty Clegg's Creations is also doing the peas. But if anybody's got any advice or help they can offer me for improving my tension, because it's not wholly. I'm quite pleased with how the fabric's coming out, but I'm obviously not quite tight enough. I know Sammy would be happy with whatever I make him. He wouldn't, you know, he's such a lovely boy. He wouldn't be upset or anything. So I will maybe do the peas for him next, or aim to do the peas for him for Christmas. But I'm making something else. Rico Rumi at the moment has got a Christmas crochet along. So I'm not sure what day the patterns come out. They must come out maybe a Thursday, because I looked last night and there was still only 2. So there's a little penguin with a little candy cane, so that's the one I'm doing at the moment. And then I think there's a little reindeer as well, so it must come out on a Thursday because I've only seen 2 so far. So that's all my crafty bits at the moment. I have fallen down the Stephen West make along, Twists and Turns. I wasn't going to do it, but when I saw it I thought, oh, that's beautiful. Clue 3 is released today and I haven't done anything at all to it, but it's not a race, so I can do that at leisure. But I did buy my yarn, so I've gone for like a dusty pink, slightly deeper pink, and then a grey as my pop of colour. So I can't really see me do it starting this side of Christmas. I think that'll be a next year's make, but you know, it doesn't matter, does it? Okay. So on to other news. So reading at the moment, reading a really good book called Apples Never Fall. As I said last time, I'm not going to tell you too much about the book, otherwise I spoil it for anybody that's reading it or wants to read it, but I do recommend that. Must be a new book out because I actually saw it in W.H. Smith's yesterday when I took my mum to the hospital. So I'm not sure if it's one of the Richard and Judy's winter reads, but it is a good book. I'm really enjoying that. And then I discovered, again, probably late to the party, you're probably all going to sit there and say, where have you been? A free app called BorrowBox. And all you need in order to have this app is a valid library card. And then you download this app, BorrowBox. I think you put the name of your library in, and then you put your library number in and your password in for your library, and then you can borrow books to read on your Kindle, tablet, whatever, or audio books to listen to on your Kindle, tablet. And like a library, you can reserve books, you can borrow them for 21 days, and then you can renew them as well if you haven't finished it. So that's where I've got Apples Never Fall, because I've got my Kindle and I do borrow books or do buy books off of Amazon very regularly, but obviously that's quite expensive, isn't it? And so I thought, well, I might try this. So yeah, I've reading that one. I've downloaded another one to read, and I think I've got one Audible book on there to listen to, because I finished Again Rachel. I finished that last week. So have I started a new Audible? I don't know if I have actually. So yeah, so I'd recommend BorrowBox. It's a really good app to use. So I've got it on my phone, so when I'm out and about I can renew a book or download a book, and then I read it on my Kindle though, obviously. So I think last time I saw you I was about to go and see the neurologist for the pains in my head. I saw her and she was lovely. You know, she said it was disgusting I'd been left this long in terrible pain, but basically I'm on all the wrong medication, but things they want to put me on I've already tried, and the side effects, I couldn't cope with those. She recommended I have an MRI, which I'm actually having this afternoon. She said it would take 8 to 10 weeks. My appointment came through last week and I'm actually going this afternoon at 1:30 to have that done, which is really good. She also recommended I tried acupuncture or a chiropractor. So I went to a chiropractor. I was really petrified of going, really scared. The lady was lovely, but I had one session and I won't be going back. I think if you have just, you know, got aches and pains from an injury or sporting injury, or you've tweaked your back or something, I can imagine it would be a very good treatment to have. But within 45 minutes of leaving there, I was in tears. I spent the next 2 days in bed in terrible pain and just crying all the time. And my pain is severe. Anybody that has chronic pain understands that. My pain is, I'm in pain all day, every day. But I don't cry with my pain. Sometimes I think, oh, I just want to cry, but what is the point? So I don't. But for 2 days, I just sat and cried all the time. Didn't help me. But since having that, I've been a bit more sort of, I'm really fed up with it now. I had a letter last week from the neurologist and she basically said there's nothing she can do to help me. She doesn't know what she can do. So that really upset me, because she's saying, you know, my medication is wrong. People seem to think it's just a headache, and it is not a headache. It is a corkscrew in the back of my head being plunged and twisted 24/7. So anyway, never mind. So this afternoon then I'm going for my MRI, so hopefully, and they're actually going to go further up into my neck and into my head to see what's going on. So watch this space. So future crafting plans. So it's full on Christmas now, I'm afraid. Oh dear. Last year I started making, and I haven't got them, oh I have, hold on, just a little stretcheroonie. I started making the Corinne Lapierre 12 Days of Christmas, and I bought a kit to make them. So it's a little ballet shoe, a gold ring, a drum, lots of birds and different things. So this is Made the Milking, you can see that. So I brought the complete kit. So it came 12 little things with the instructions to make it, the templates, all the threads and the stuffing, and it was very expensive. My friend Kay did the same thing, but she brought the 12 Days of Christmas book and the 12 Days of Christmas felt pack. Worked out a lot cheaper. She didn't get the threads, but they're only embroidery floss, and she didn't get the stuffing. And we were working on them every week, and we were doing really well with them. And I managed to get 10 of the 12 completed, and then I had my carpal tunnel surgery, and then I couldn't sew, and then I was sort of doing other things that I could do. So I've got the Made of Milking to do and the Lord of Leaping. I think the Lord of Leaping is done and the Made of Milking is all but done. But my mum saw them, and as with most things I make, my mum saw them and she said, oh, I like those, make me some too. So I wasn't just making 12, I was making 24. So I got 20 of my 24 made last year. So I did a little bit of this the other week. So I've literally got a little bit to do. I know one of them I've lost a head, that's why I've sort of put it to one side. And I did bring in some white felt the other day from the summer house, from my craft room. I left it on the side and the darling husband has tidied it up, put it in the bin, in other words. So I've got those to finish. What else do I want to do? I'd quite like to do one of Mandy Shaw's wreaths to go up here for Christmas when I take down the autumn one. Don't know whether I will do that. And then obviously it's baby makes, so the anchor sweater. Baby's due mid-February, so I've got a bit more time to go. I've got a few socks to finish. I would like to make another hot water bottle cover, but I don't think that's not as a Christmas present, but I really enjoyed making that. I've got my little red works to finish off. Oh, I have started, but I don't know where it is. I have started another Mandy Shaw lampshade, but I haven't done very much of that because it's done on the really dark linen, and I find that quite hard to iron the transfer onto there and then just sew onto there. But I have made a start. I keep going like that because I think to show you, but I'm not going to show you because I don't think I've done very much of that at all. So I will show you that next time. So I think that's it for now. I'm going to toddle off, get another cup of tea, get the dinner in the slow cooker. My mum and sister are coming for dinner tonight. They always come on a Thursday, and then obviously I've got hospital as well. Mino is here, but he's sound asleep, which I can't believe because he didn't go for a walk this morning because at school drop-off time, just before I started getting a migraine and I had all the flashing lights so I couldn't see. So my mum very kindly took Sandwich to school and dropped him off for me. So Milo hasn't been for a walk, but he's sound asleep. So don't knock it. Oh, I didn't tell you, did I? Last week, Crafty released their Christmas surprise box. So I texted my husband, Mark, and said, oh, do you want to buy me a Christmas present? It's like, oh, what now? So I said, Crafty, who make the Luna Lapin and all the other characters, has a Christmas surprise box. If you buy me this, you don't need to buy me anything else for Christmas. So he bought it for me. So I have no idea. So I've got the character and the costume, or character and the outfit, but no idea what the character is. Last year it was Eric the polar bear. I didn't buy it as a surprise last year. I bought it after Christmas, quite soon after Christmas, once people had shown. People are very good. I mean, I don't think it gets posted out until the beginning of December, and there were no spoilers at all until Christmas Day or Boxing Day. And then I think I ordered it quite quickly because Mum brought me the Freya the Fawn last year for Christmas, so I made her over Christmas. So yeah. Oh, and the other thing, starting on Saturday, the Poppy I can't speak today. Poppy Fry Club, Embroidery Club is restarting. Do you remember I showed you my hot water bottle cover? No, not a hot water bottle cover, a tea cozy cover that I made for the Jubilee that should have been free motion, but I was scared. Don't ask. I have done free motion before, and I signed up to the club again. That arrived a couple of weeks ago. It's just sitting down there because I buy the fabric pack as well. I don't know if it works out cheaper, but I know I haven't got the fabrics that she will want to use. And then you've got to go and source some more, and then you're always worried, have I got the right things or not? So I just buy it as a complete set. So I haven't even opened it yet. So that starts this Saturday. So that's really exciting. So the first year I did it, I did keep up quite well. But obviously this Saturday is the start of the half-term holidays. So I don't know whether I will make a start this weekend. Just have to see what's happening with Samuel. I know he's going on a sleepover. First time, so I will have a couple of days to myself in half term, but my baby is growing up. So yeah, I think that's it really. I had wanted to do Vlogtober, but because I have downloaded an editing app on here, and I know I managed to edit a couple of my vlogs, and they uploaded with, you know, titles and bits, you know. And then other ones I've put in, and I've edited them all, put in all the titles and everything, and then they won't upload. So I don't know what's going on. But today I don't need to edit anything because he's been quiet, which is a miracle. So I did want to do Vlogtober, but then I thought, oh, I don't know if I've got anything exciting to show you really. So I'm thinking about doing Vlogmas, maybe every couple of days, just showing you all my different advent calendars, because I've got a few yarn advent calendars, and I've got the jam advent calendars, and I've got the Stitchy Doodles advent calendar, which I can show you what I stitch up. So yeah, sorry, I'm just waffling on now. It's just nice to have somebody to talk to. I said to my mum, well, I've got about 148 subscribers now. She said, oh, a load of rubbish. I said, well, I feel like I'm talking to somebody, so I really like it. So, so if you have enjoyed today and I haven't bored you half to sleep, thank you very much. Let me know what you're working on in the comments below. If you've got any tips for improving my crocheting techniques, let me know. If you want to know the name of that baby blanket, let me know and I'll find out for you. And I'll hopefully see you in a few weeks' time with maybe some more socks, lots of Christmas, maybe the anchor sweater, lots of bits and pieces. So go and check out Borrow Box if you haven't done so already, and happy crafting, and I'll see you in a few weeks. Take care. Bye.